It's time for the Fight Report. MMA,
UFC,
the Fight Report. The Fight Report. The Fight Report. MMA. It's time for the Fight Report. MMA. The Fight Report. The Fight Report. MMA.
The Fight Report. MMA.
You're watching the Fight Report. MMA.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Fight Report.
Fight Report MMA.
Yes, the greatest show in the history of fight news, report fighting, and reporting of news, and reporting about news about fighting. My name is Brian McGuire. This is my co-host and co-show host, my brother, Emmett McGuire. Emmett, how are you doing today?
Brian McGuire, I'm feeling great. So happy to be back. Look at the smile on my face. And we're here with a new co-host, the masked man himself, Mars, Utah. How you feeling?
Oh, fantastic, gentlemen. You know how we do it. Just excited to be a part of the Fight Report MMA. You know, you can see this big smile I have on my face, too.
That's right. We're all smiling ear to ear as it has been a 4-year hiatus, and we are back. So it's been a while, but we are back and we are ready. We are here to cover the Thompson versus Geoff fight.
Who you got?
We'll start at the top with the main event, Stephen Thompson versus Geoff NEAL. Who you got?
Let's see. I'll go. I'm going to go with Stephen Thompson. It's pretty much a flip of the coin here, I'm going to assume, since it looks like both guys have not dusted it off since the pre-COVID days. So it looks like it's going to be a rust fest in there, and we're just going to go with Thompson.
I want to see a finish, a decisive win in a fight. Thompson rarely makes that happen. I'm going Geoff NEAL.
I'm going with a draw. Who gives a shite about this fight? These guys are bums. They're just has-beens. They haven't fought in a year. Ring rust upon ring rust. It's just going to be a boring main event.
Yes, that would be quite fitting for this pretty lackluster and anticlimactic event between Wonder Boy and Geoff NEAL.
Which is a great name to say. I'm feeling the name say. Next fight up on the main event stage is the co-main event. It is Jose Aldo versus Marlon Vieira. Who you got?
I'm going Marlon Vieira. He's a fireball. He busted up Sean O'Malley in a controversial fight last time, but still came out with the dub. And he's going to continue on this streak past Jose. Jose's done.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and go with Marlon Vieira over Jose Aldo. It's, Jose has been on a 3-fight losing streak, not looking real good. And, as Emmett said, Marlon Vieira was looking good last time. Took out Sugar Shane. I think he may have been so high that he sprained his own ankle, but it still counts as a W, so we're going to go with him.
I'm going to go opposite of you boys. I think Aldo's on the ropes. 3-fight losing streak. He's going to come back. This has to be his. He has to fight. He has to make it. And I think Marlon Vieira is going to be on his high horse thinking that he beat the great Sean O'Malley. But one thing I do have to say about Vieira, he is an angry man. I would not want to have Thanksgiving dinner with him. We have a special guest coming into the Fight Report studio today. Is that not right, boys?
Yes, we have the legendary Sam HOGER. He is from the UFC, or the Ultimate Fighter 1. Fought 5 career bouts in the UFC, even fought the legendary Lyoto Machida, Rashad Evans, Stephan Bonner, just a who's who. Very, very happy to have him coming in.
If you have one of those Google speakers, look, I got one right over here, like the Dot or the Assistant. Let me see if it works. Hey, Google, play Señorita by Diesel Walker.
Diesel Walker, I like it.
SEJOHFROGI. Short. Playing on YouTube Music.
Check it out. Oh man, I gotta send you the audio.
Yes,
Because you know what they say in the song?
Gotta get your
Get your groove in, señorita, move in.
That's badass. You're pursuing some acting, is that right?
Well, initially when I moved to LA, it was to do acting, but funny enough, I ended up in music, you know?
Yeah.
In acting, I realized, like, you have to, like, in music, you can put out your own products and you can, you know, build and tell the stories and, like, you know, try to change the world from your perspective in reference to your experiences. Whereas in acting, you got to get chosen by somebody, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, initially, like, when I started acting, I started as a Stanislavski actor. Like,
Oh,
I was
sick.
studying the Stanislavski method over in Houston with a group called the Next Actor Studio.
Right on.
And Trisha Ray was like the person who was heading that up. She was an amazing teacher, but man, super method, you know, like crazy method teacher.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
And then, but I mean, I found that to be a great transition after fighting. Like, I think all fighters, because like fighters, a lot of the time they end up like, what am I going to do after I'm done fighting? Like, and I've had this conversation with many of them. Like, they're like, Sam, I feel so lost. I don't know what I'm going to do after fighting. And like some of them go so far as like killing themselves, you know, because they feel so lost and they're so empty because fighting is such a vibrant and full existence, because every time you go into that cage, you know that could be the end of your life. Because, I mean, like, I have to explain this to people. And people don't understand this when they say they want to be fighters. I'm like, listen, you can play baseball, you can play basketball, you can play cards, you can play soccer, football, whatever. There's no such thing as play fight.
Right.
And when you go into that cage, you have to understand, you're going in there to finish the other guy. And the only thing that stops you is the referee. And if the ref doesn't stop you, I mean, it's already happened. People have died doing this sport. This is not, and it's not, that's what I try to tell them. Even when I say the word sport, I feel like I'm like doing it a disservice, because this is not a sport. This is this is fighting, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got to be your life.
And the thing is, it's like, it's the most raw, the most real, the most like defined thing that somebody can do in reference to like competition. Like, what were barbarians doing back in the day when there or cavemen doing back in the day when they were settling disputes or fighting over land? They weren't doing, you know, until they figured out how to like throw rocks and like, you know, make weapons. I mean, for the most part, I mean, it's the rawest form of competition. That's why it registers to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, if you remember my fight career, that's all I liked fighting were guys who were killers.
Yeah.
Forrest Griffin,
Yeah.
Bonner, Machida,
Yeah.
Rashad, Jeff Newton, Bobby Southwood. Like, all these guys were
Incredible.
killers. Like,
Yeah.
if you're not like a bad dude, I can't get out of bed to fight you. Like, I'm like, nah. I'd rather go play Texas Hold'em, you know?
Yeah. So if you were
That's
18,
the other thing left out. Sam used to play, or I don't know if he still does, but has done some professional poker playing as well.
Oh,
so
shit.
we're having a poker tournament during our event that this is going to be in.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Well, sign me up, man. I wouldn't mind making some of that Corona money right now, baby. Poker is like one of the few games where, like, once you really understand the mechanics of it, I have never played. Okay, I can say this much: I have never played a game where I sit down at a table at 6 p.m. and don't leave until 6 p.m. the next day. I've never done that other than with poker. So I absolutely do not recommend you. If you don't have, like, you got to have incredible self-control to not sit there for hours. I never thought that would ever be a game.
The first time I played craps was 11 at night till 9 in the morning. You know, like,
Wow.
I stayed, and my ankles were sore when I walked away from the table.
Vegas will
Remember
get
the
you.
HOGER philosophy.
Yeah.
Number one, life is short.
Yes.
You lived it. Remember, there's too many people out there that think that they're, you know, think that they're living by this set of rules that are put upon them by society that are not allowing themselves to really embrace everything in life. And instead, what they're doing is that, you know, they're navigating this existence where they're not living. That sounds to me like you really got to live. Dude, you have such a short, you realize this is part of the HOGER philosophy. Listen, you want me to tell you how many days you have before you're going to die?
You got the crystal ball?
Sort of. So the total number of days a human lives, the average number is 27,375 days. Some live less, some live more, but the average is 27,375. So however old you are, you take that number and then multiply it times 365 and then subtract it from 27,375. Now, that's how many 24-hour sessions you have left before you're out of the.
I've done a really good job too, so I got to subtract some extra, I think.
So, but am I making sense?
I'm just being a wise ass.
I know, but am I making sense?
Yeah, I gotcha. You're
So now
left
get
house
this.
muted.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I hit the mute button. Yeah. No, 100%. You're making
So now
sense.
get this. You want to hear the rest of it though?
Sure.
All right.
I'm at this crux myself right now, so I'm about to pull a ripcord on Cubicle Life.
Good. Yes.
Oh man, dude, you need to come up. Well, as soon as this Corona passes, you guys need to come visit me in LA.
Yeah. Well, I'm in LA, so we'll have to definitely.
We gotta.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Mr. LA, I'm starting a show here soon where
Cool.
people can work out with me not every single day, but I'm going to be posting workouts a few times a week in
Yeah.
order for people to be able to start working out with the Alaskan Assassin, Diesel
Wicked.
Walker, Sam Hoger, Guy.
Well, if you want to make it a comedy, I'll come work out with you. If it's supposed to be a comedy.
Like there's a saying in fighting which I find is very true. And they say you don't know if you're a real fighter until you finally get hit in the face.
Yeah.
Because when you get hit in the face, there's one of two reactions. If you're like, no, okay, that hurt, stop. Then that means you're a normal human being. That means you're a sensible human being. That means you're normal. But if you get hit in the face like I was, and I was like, oh my God. And you're like, you get fired up, then you have the mindset to really kind of go in that direction, I ask everybody to please wear your mask and take your precautions with Corona. My father's in the hospital right now. Please pray for him. I hope he gets better. And what else? Guys. I really think this is a great time. I really enjoyed being on your show.
I know what I'm doing. If she dance it right, I might have to go pursue it. I think she look right and she like what she doing. Let me step up right, say hi, and we growing and we know who is God. We show it in our life. We feeling what is real and we showing what is fly. We gon' keep it going high. We gon' elevate high. And after that, I might have to cuff her for her life. Gotta get your